Hello and welcome back, everyone. Here we're going to flip the conversation, and whatever we've learned about privatization is going to be turned upside down into the concept called nationalization. Okay, now the matter or the circumstances remain the same. We are consumers, we want these products to be given to us, and it's up to the government to decide how much control it has over the business activity in the economy. And if the answer is more, they want more control on the business side of things, then more control will be taken into the public sector away from the private sector. That movement of ownership from the private firms, being in the private sector owned by individuals, to the government in the public sector is called nationalization, the exact opposite of privatization. So let's look at this concept of nationalization in a little bit more detail. So nationalization is when the government of the state decides to take ownership in its hand and away from businesses in the private sector. And the immediate change that comes in the business is in the objective of it. When a business is in the private sector, when they're operating under all the demands of the shareholders, the objective becomes profit maximization. However, when the government assumes control, the objective flips towards public welfare or bringing goods to the public at most convenience. So that's the biggest difference in nationalization from privatizations, where you were once a profit motivated organization, you now become an organization that provides public welfare. Once that happens, then the businesses obviously have a different mindset completely, and different parameters are set for it. Now, usually, when does a business does this? When does the government does this? Rather, the government would do this whenever businesses are failing, when they're important industries and they need to be protected. For example, in the 2008 recessions, a lot of the American banks and their real estate was falling and they were failing. The government decided to bail them out and buy a portion of them and start running them according to their own policies. So that's a useful tool when businesses are not able to deliver and are starting to fail. Also, when there's a lot of uncertainty, as I explained right now, during periods of recession, this is an excellent tool for government to assume control and try to get rid of uncertainty by having a uniform policy for all businesses. And finally, something that has really been useful under nationalization has been the service of social programs. So things such as education and health have really benefited when it's being provided through the public sector, where it's being provided to everyone at an equal chance. So nationalization is where the government's taking control and making sure that whatever was going wrong in the economy is being fixed by one single entity, the state. Now let's look at the advantages and disadvantages of going through the process of nationalization for a country. So why should a government support the drive for nationalization? First of all, whenever an industry is nationalized, then what the decisions are being made, the objectives that are being set, the products that are being delivered, they are being done keeping in mind the public's interest. It's not just for the shareholders. The company is making sure that whatever they're doing is in the best interest of the general public. So it unifies everyone through one single entity. That's a big benefit to get out of it. Secondly, a lot of the private firms have tried to be good to their workers, but they often exploit them, and at the first sign of danger, the first cost-cutting measure that is adopted by private sectors is getting rid of workers, making them redundant. Public sector organization would not do that because they are liable to each citizen, each worker equally. So in the private sector, when the organizations are nationalized, the workers are taken care of a little bit better as compared to in the private sector, where if you're not delivering, you'll be asked to leave and exit the door. Finally, the money that's coming to run these organizations once they're nationalized are coming through the state. And of course, how does the state get its money? Through the tax funding. So there is no profit motive. The funding is there. The tax that's being collected, if the tax revenue is collected properly, then the money will be there to run these government run organizations after being nationalized. So, three big positives to come out of this: make sure that everyone's getting things equally, make sure that the workers are being protected, and the funding is there for whatever expansion to any of the programs need to be implemented. However, when you go towards nationalization and you're taking control away from the private sector, there are a lot of advantages of the private sector that you give up in this process. So let's look at the drawbacks of going towards nationalization. Now, you would remember from our last video that one of the reasons for moving towards privatization was to remove the influence that the bureaucracy and the political powers are able to exert on the business side of things. Once you go towards nationalization, you increase the risk of doing that again, meaning that there's increased political interference. Some industries may not be able to fulfill their objectives if they're not being able to do their job right. And why would they be not allowed to do the job right? If there's constant interference, if there's constant changing of the political environment and new policies are being brought in, you won't be able to see the project to its fruition. So there is that stop-start problem when there is nationalization. Also, it may definitely, in fact, it will definitely be more inefficient as compared to a private sector organization, because there are constant checks from shareholders and from the other stakeholders to be efficient. When you run by the government, there's only just the government to answer to, and it's the government collecting the revenue, spending the expenditure. So there's no checks and balance as such as compared to the private sector. So inefficiency will start seeping in. And a big reason for that is that there is eventually a decrease in the amount of competition that these businesses will have. Nobody can go up against the government. And if the government takes control of the entire industry, then there is literally no competition. They are monopolizing it. So if there's a monopoly, it's going to be inefficiency. If there's more political interference throughout, then these industries will not be able to run properly. So there's a lot of downside going towards nationalization as well. Once again, as it was the case with privatization, at the end of the day, it's a policy decision. The government will decide to go for it or not, and it will depend upon the current economic climate of the country. However, if the government does go towards this process of nationalizations, they have to make sure that they're appointing the right managers at the right places. They have their targets properly set out. There is the correct projection of tax revenue coming in, and the collection of tax revenue should also be coming in to make sure that whatever objectives have been set up are being achieved, and whatever the interest of all the stakeholders are, the economy, the society, the workers, are being fulfilled at the end of the day. That is what nationalization is.